Hi, this is David at Campervans, and this is a handover video for the WildAx Triton. So we're going to take you around, show you all the bits and bobs of the van, the control functions, get out the bonnet, how to make the beds, etc, etc. I hope you find this helpful, but of course if there's anything down the line that you need further assistance or help with, please do let us know. Thank you and enjoy. So first things first, let's show you the location of the bonnet latch. That is hiding on the passenger side. Open the door. And the bonnet latch is hiding just down here, just inside the step. Give it a tug, and that will release the bonnet. The bonnet latch itself is in the centre. Just give it a little squeeze, little yellow tag, and then underneath we have our screen wash, brake fluid, oil fill reservoir. The Triton is equipped with an electric retractable step. The access button for that is located just inside on the right hand side. There's a little switch just here which will retract and de-retract the step. Give it a press and then the step will slide out. And then to put the step away, just repeat the process with the button to retract the step. Obviously, before you set off on any trip, do make sure that the step is retracted either by checking your mirrors or physically checking before you leave. Rotating the front seat. Just down here, there is a little toggle icon which releases the seat to allow you to move the seat around. So, when it's released, the seat will turn like so, and then to lock the seat back into place, just pull the lever and that locks the seat. I would always recommend giving the seat a little wiggle just to make sure it is secured in place. And that's the swivel seat. So, from raising the pop-top roof, there are two release straps. There's one here on the left, one over here on the right. Now the strap falls under and goes up the back here, and then there's a little ratchet strap which you just loosen off. Once it's loosened, like so, you then unhook it like so. Let's do the one on the other side. Just loosen the strap off. Oh, if I can find it. There it goes. Loosen it off. Release it from there. And the roof is now ready to be raised. So the easiest way to raise the roof is just get underneath it and give it a good push, and the gas struts will take the rest for you. So, located on the passenger side of the vehicle by the travelling seat, just next to the internal door, you'll find your habitation control systems. First one here is for the electrical system and for your water and battery statuses. You then got your boiler system, and then you have your internal heater. So first things first, habitation control panel powers on with the button in the corner, like so. The 12 volt would be the master switch if you want to run the lights or not, or whether you just want to power this up just so you can check things. But let's put the lights on just for now. You've then got a battery status. So this lets you flip between leisure battery, vehicle battery status, and then external temperature. You then have water tank supply, so it lets you know there's 40% in the tank just now. Okay. You also have a little mini indicator just up here. Water pump, turn that on for putting the water pump on. So if you want to run the taps or the shower. And then this one here is a programmable button to let you run your internal program for the lighting controls. Best thing to do with this is just have a little go over it a couple of times and you'll soon get familiar with this one. Next one up is the Truma boiler system. Very simple, has two settings, 50 degrees, 70 degrees. So when the boiler is engaged like so, that will turn the hot water on to 50 degrees. When the boiler is switched down the way, that will engage the boiler at 70 degrees. You've then got the Webasto internal heater. So quick start, just press the button. Takes a second while it fires up, and that's it now operating at 21 degrees. If you want to make changes to that, you just rotate the dial like so, and then when you're happy, press the button to set that in. If you want to make any changes, press the green button. You now have access to the main menu, so you have your timers, heating system and ventilation. So the heating system lets you change the temperature again in here. Okay, and then back into the menu, and this is your ventilation control. So this lets you know how fast or how slow you want the heating system to engage. And then to turn the system off, just hold the button down, and then that will engage. When it goes to this white light, this system will now stand by. Okay, and that's your main habitation control switch. These two buttons here are just light switches for the vehicle. So this one here will turn on the interior welcome lights. This one here turns on the master lights, as it were. Just over here is your carbon monoxide alarm. So obviously this has a battery system on board. Do routinely test it by pressing the test button, as it were. Maybe on trips away that you plan to stay in the van overnight, do give this a wee test by pressing the button. Unit, very, very straightforward. Obviously lift up the cover out the way. The tap here lifts up and down, so if it's in its down position, raise it up to how you want to use it. The tap itself has a cold and hot system. Now remember, the hot only comes on if you've got the boiler operating. So to turn the tap on, just lift the lever up. As long as the water pump is running and there's water in the tank, you'll have water drain through the system. And then just adjust it backwards and forwards, depending on how much hot water or cold water you want. And then once you're done, push the tap down, and that is the tap all finished. On the other side here is your gas burners. So you have two gas burners available to you, and they have the gas controls just here, and then the igniter switches here. Do remember that when you have been cooking, that you do need to make sure that you don't put the top down straight away. Give it at least a good 10 minutes to let the whole unit cool down before traveling away. And that is your gas and water. So, located in the lower kitchen cupboard, you will find the gas isolator taps, which are located just here. So, the way the thing works is the gas comes in this way, and then the tap indicates the direction of travel. So, at the moment, the gas taps are in their open position. For traveling, I would always recommend that you close the taps off, just give them a little twist, like so, and that just isolates your gas system for travel. So, located in the back of the van in the wardrobe, if we open the door, there is an access panel which you can lift in the floor, and then just hanging down the bottom there with the yellow top on it is the boiler drain tap. So for winter time, when you don't want to have water in the system for frost protection, you need to flip this up. You hear that whoosh noise, that lets you know that the water is now draining from the boiler. And then when you are filling the vehicle back up, just obviously make sure this tap is back down again, doesn't matter which way around it is, and that will then allow water to enter the boiler system for you. The Thetford toilet. Okay, so it's very simple to use. Open this up, and inside you will see that there is a little flap just here to access the cassette. So before you use the toilet, you do need to open the flap with this lever here. That will open the flap, which allows any waste to go straight into the tank itself. Once you're done, then this button here will activate the flush. Normally just a couple of seconds to allow enough water to push through to allow anything to slosh through. Once you're done, make sure you close the flap back up, and that just stops anything coming back out from the toilet cassette back into the van. And then when that's done, lid closed. Now your toilet cassette is located just on the side here. Open the door, and then you have the handle for the toilet cassette just there. The little lever, give it a squeeze, and then that will pull the toilet cassette out of its container. Like so. You've got a nozzle at the top, you turn that to the side, take the lid off, and then to drain it, just tip it up while holding the green button down, and that will drain the toilet out, as it were. Once you're done, we recommend you put about 1 litre to 2 litres of water in it, give it a good slosh about, drain it back out again, and then put about 1 litre to 2 litres of water back in again, and then put your chosen chemical bit, powder or a pod, through the neck just here, screw the cap back on tight, make sure that's back in position. It's a little bit tricky with one hand. And then lift the toilet, slide it back into place until it clicks. There we go, put the handle back into position, push that round, and that's it just there for you. Now bear in mind that the toilet won't come out if the flap is not shut. So if this is open, this won't release. It's locked in a position so you don't accidentally take it out when the toilet is actually open. So make sure that is closed. That will then allow this to come out, as it were. And that there is the toilet. So next job to show is how to make the lower bed. First things first, you just need to do a little bit of prep. Make sure the two front seats are all the way forward as they can. Make sure that 2 latches on the back are undone and that you've undone the floor catches here. Make sure you've got your infill cushions. Now you have one set hiding in here, and there's another infill cushion in the drawer just down here. Hide in this wee compartment and make sure the drawer is out. So what you need to do, fold the cushion down, slide the bed unit towards you until it won't go any further, drop the leg down like so. You then lock the unit into the holes on the forward side just to stop the bed from moving about like so. Slide this section forwards. These 2 cushions here go there. Your first infill cushion goes in here, and that forms the first part of the bed for you. Next cushion is the backrest of the passenger seat. Move that in front of the driver's seat there, and then your final 2 infills. One goes down here like so, and this one snuggles in there. Tuck the cushions back, and that is your bed. And this bed, incidentally, is larger than most rock and roll beds that you find in other camper vans. And then to put everything away, it's just reverse the process. So take the cushions away like so, put the backrest back against the passenger seat like so, collect the infills, put the 2 cushions back on top of each other, slide the lower base back, release the latch, grab the back, slide the seat all the way back into position, lock the latches, one either side, return the cushion, and there we go. What's on the outside? This little chap hiding here, this is the exhaust for your Webasto diesel heater for keeping you warm at night time. This is the exhaust vent for the boiler. Freshwater fill cap. Use the key and this just opens and closes like a fuel flap. This is your electric for your electrical hookup. Do make sure that the flap is closed before we're driving away in case it flaps in the wind. Then located just by the driver's door is your wastewater tap, and then just to drain that you just turn the tap, let the water drain out. Don't forget, if you're draining the system down, to also do the one in the boiler, which is a little yellow tap hiding in the wee alcove under the wardrobe. And there we go. I hope you find this video useful.